it is. But sincere thanks to Sherry. Thank you for putting your heart and soul into this, and great turnout with a lot of special friends and great customers, so thanks, Sherry. And then I've got the distinction and honor of introducing Kim Schneider Malek, who is an adjunct professor at DU for 14 years, is that right? Very impressive. She runs the Family Enterprise Continuity Alliance, which is a mouthful, and she informed me she's meeting with the marketing group to work on that. But she's got an undergraduate degree from Boston University, an MBA from DU, as well as a special graduate degree in family therapy. And she's not just a consultant and a teacher of this. The great comment that Kim shares that she went through the same thing with her father. So I'm going to turn it over to Kim unless anybody has any questions or comments. Again, the biggest thing that we want out of this is not meant to be a sales pitch at all. We wanted this to be a fun networking event, but also to provide some content and information that was valuable to Dad and I and our family. Talking to my godfather, Cal Fullenweider, he went through the process and actually worked directly with Kim. She may reference that. So this is just meant to be a very informal setting and not any sort of formal presentation or pitch. So I just want to make that clear. And afterwards, if you want to stick around, we'll have a 45-minute session on title insurance. We'll get into the specifics. So with that, Kim, thank you.
To a field that's very near and dear to me. Can you all hear me in the back? Okay? All right, great. Doreen, I'm going to call on you if you can't hear me. Just wave your hand and let me know. Okay, great. So, as John said, this has been a field I've been in both on my own and with my father, and I'm very committed to making sure that those of us who have intention to continue as family enterprise and enterprise and family do so. So my goal for today, as was mentioned, is not to lecture you, but to share with you insight, to give you more direction in how you might think about your own commitment to family enterprise, your own commitment to building unity within the family that owns the assets you have, and what that may look like. So feel free to interrupt me at any given time. This is informal. We're just here to learn from each other. With that, I will, and I've not yet done it with a giant screen above my head here, so hopefully you can see what's on here. What I'll do for you today is just give you an overview of some considerations that are common among families in any vertical industry, as well as some considerations that are unique to real estate families. And in my field, which began as a formal field in 1986, through a group of accountants and attorneys and insurance people and behavioral scientists who came together to say, what are we seeing in ownership families that causes pain and that causes continuity, and how can we commit to that? So the field is fairly new, research is fairly new, and not yet extensive. So I'll share with you that which does, not all of that which does exist, but this is done globally with families like yours, and I'll share the considerations that are often shared with me by students in the real estate department that take my course, by clients, and by the industry itself. And then we'll look at some facts and data, and I do that for those of you who are left brain, who want to know the facts and the data, but also to say, not only is it your family that's going through this, but your stakeholders, your suppliers, your vendors, your customers, your clients also are likely to be families in business who are going through some sort of iteration of succession planning, which influences their ability to perform and decide and execute. Then we'll look at some trends of the evolution of language. It's somewhat interesting to many of the groups I talk to, so I'll share it with you, the evolution of language and why we're now using this fluffy term of enterprise and real estate families, types of families that, types of planning that is done, and then we'll look at models and practices and then questions and answers. But feel free to ask questions as we go as well. So there are microscopic size copies of the slides in your folder in front of you. If you want to follow along, we're also happy to email you any the presentation as well. Some questions to ask yourself that I know, Cal, your family went through, and some others that are here that I know have asked themselves this, but unique to you all in a commercial real estate world, what role does real estate play for you? So just curious, in how many of you started in the real estate business as the origin of your family business? Any of you start? A few, but not. How many of you started manufacturing business and then evolved into real estate? Manufacturing or wholesale distribution? Other industries that you started in? Some other industries? Yeah, what, Dorothy, you're shaking your head. Where did you start that led you to real estate? Oh, printing, right? You started in printing, right? Your family started in printing and evolved over time into real estate and primarily real estate now? Primarily from that. Others, yes, John? Finance, banking, so a whole plethora of industries and evolved into what you now have as a